Hi guys, it's Chris Priestman here from HookedGamers.com. Today we're doing a video review of the new arcade game on Xbox Live, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. Developed by Crystal Dynamics, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light is an isometric platformer that varies its gameplay between fast-paced shooting battles and well thought out puzzle sequences. The game revolves around two main characters, Lara Croft and a Mayan warrior named Totek, the titled Guardian of Light. Together they intend to defeat the dark spirit Zolot, who was released from his prison within the Mirror of Smoke when Lara discovered the ancient relic within the Temple of Light. With his newfound freedom, Zolot intends to ravage the world and unleashes his dark army to cause chaos. The role of the player is to then pursue Zolot through countless tombs, in which booby traps, complex gate switches, and Zolot's minions have to be overcome. The game is designed as a two-player cooperative campaign. One player plays as Lara Croft, the other as Totek, each with their own abilities. Lara has a grapple hook which gives her access to out-of-reach places, and if you're feeling generous you can pull your mate up too, or hold it steady for them as they use it as a tightrope. Totek, on the other hand, being a Mayan warrior, has a shield and a spear. The shield allows Totek to bypass certain traps, and it can also be used by Lara to hop onto other places. His spear is used in a similar fashion, both as a weapon and a tool, which allows Lara to traverse certain walls. With these different abilities, the game is made very fun and keeps the players thinking when approached with different puzzles which often require coordination, communication and a keen sense of timing. More importantly, each level contains entirely different elements to the previous levels. At times, players will be forced to dodge poisonous gases, battle with the T-Rex, traverse complex lava rivers or escape a crumbling ruin. Although the gameplay follows a cycle of action and then a puzzle, it is one that is executed very well and becomes very addictive. The controls are kept simple, which makes the game easy to pick up and play at any time. There are designated buttons for performing a dodge, jumping, placing a bomb and a multi-use action button. Movement and aiming are found on the analog sticks, and shooting is usual the right trigger. On the HUD, there are bars representing your health and ammo. Each are replenished by killing enemies and picking up what they leave behind. Or sometimes you may be lucky enough to come across a health pad or ammo dump that will completely fill the bar. Also displayed is your relic power, which is filled by killing enemies and taking no damage. When this is filled, your weapon has relic power, which is simply more powerful and very colourful. Your current weapon is also displayed and can be swapped easily with the D-pad or by holding the left trigger and selecting the desired weapon with the corresponding button. The shooting battles come thick and fast, making you thankful that there is no reloading. Often you will be surrounded on all sides with different enemies, some of which are Mayan guards, large spiders and skeletons. Although this is not part of the Tomb Raider series, fans will recognise the music and sounds which are ripped straight from Lara's previous games. Also making an appearance is the vast array of artefacts and relics for players to search for, with the hardest achievement being to find them all. Most of these collectibles are found within challenge tombs, in which players must complete a short puzzle to obtain the prize at the end. The artifacts and relics are more than just collectibles, however. Each one increases and may even decrease a certain attribute of your character, for instance speed and shooting power. There are also many different guns to find throughout the game, ranging from shotguns and submachine guns to grenade launchers and bazookas. Adding to the replayability of the game is the global leaderboards, in which players can compare their highest scores with their friends and the world. Within each level, there are also challenges, such as reaching a high score to unlock different artifacts and more powerful weapons. Overall, the co-op experience of the game is to a high standard and gives you about 6 to 8 hours of solid gameplay. Then of course you have the hours added on for collecting everything possible, reaching high scores and generally messing about with your friends. Unfortunately, the co-op campaign can only be enjoyed offline for now, until September 28th when the game is released on PSN and PC. An update will then be issued for the Xbox which allows for an online co-op campaign. Until then, the solo campaign will have to do. It is essentially the same game by yourself, however, there are less enemies to defeat and the puzzles are simplified and some parts completely missed out. Saying this, it is still very enjoyable but lacks the hilarity and teamwork of the co-op experience. If you eventually complete everything the game has to offer, then have no fear, DLC is on its way. Crystal Dynamics announced the game will have 5 DLC packs overall, 3 of which will add on more levels to the campaign. The other 2 will contain additional characters to play through the campaign with a little extra added spice. The personal highlights of the game for me were its intricate level design, being chased by a large wet fish, oh yeah, it's got teeth as well.
Time to run!
And that sense of joy on the harder puzzles when you realise what you have to do, and then realising it's easier said than done. It's a good job this game comes with infinite lives. So what do I rate the game? For graphics I'd have to give it a 5 as they're nothing too special and are kept quite to the point. For sound it's another 5, simply because the majority of the sounds are reused from other Tomb Raider games. Again, they are simple and serve their purpose. The interface gets a 7 for a simple and easy to use system. The game is very replayable with the collectibles, score leaderboards and further DLC on its way, thus I give it a 9.5. The main highlight of the game is its gameplay. It is very satisfying solving a puzzle with a friend or by yourself, and after using your brain, you are rewarded by getting to shoot multiple enemies with destructive weapons. Therefore, gameplay gets a 9. As this is the first time Lara Croft has been seen in isometric, it is very impressive and holds together very well, keeping in line with its Tomb Raider heritage whilst adding different dynamics in accordance with the genre, so stability gets an 8. Overall, it is hard to fault the game apart from its weak plot, which in all honesty really doesn't matter. Apart from that, the game is fairly generic and doesn't offer much in the way of originality. However, what makes this game stand out is its easygoing arcade feel combined with some complex puzzles, all of which is made 1,000 times better with a good mate. Overall, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light gets an 8.2 out of 10. Please check out our website at hookedgamers.com.